into our track.
Oh, yeah.
And attempted to make, well, their own version of Top Gear.
Yeah.
Now, we've managed to obtain their rushes, their footage, and we'd like to show you what they came up with. Green pressure group called the Conservative Party. He's the host. Look, that is our track. He's getting into a Ford Focus.
With bioethanol written on it.
Yeah.
For some reason.
And away he goes. He's going into the Hammerhead. He must be doing 16 miles an hour now.
It's not very good, this show, is it?
No. I don't think the environmentalists have quite got the hang of it at all. Oh, look, he's got an invalid carriage.
Oh, dear.
No, there's someone in it showing him how it works. Oh, that's the rear view mirror. You'll need that. There'll be loads of stuff behind you, mate. He's off.
Oh, the
in his electric car. Oh, no, he's turned the indicator on. I wouldn't do that. You'll wear the battery down. No. Yes. He's doing... Wait a minute, what's gone wrong? Oh, it's out of juice. I told him not to use the indicator. Corvettes like this. I always think I'm looking at a boy band. They're very good looking, they're cheap, and they make a nice noise in a sort of middle-of-the-road type way. But behind the scenes, they're all of them almost completely talentless and a bit flimsy. Look at that.
It costs £9.99. You stick it in your cigarette lighter when you're driving in France. And when you turn the car on in the morning, its little electronic voice reminds you to drive on the right.
That might be useful if you're
Reasonable.
a bit thick.
Sounds like a good idea. Actually, it's a complete waste of £9.99. When you get up in the morning, all your luggage has been stolen from the boot and your car's just a burnt-out shell, you'll know you're in France anyway, so why do you do that? It's true, you don't need it.
It's a proud point.
A bit of my experience. What? It's the cruise control, leave it alone.
I just realised I can take control. With me on the throttle, we were soon in Brighton, with Hammond still wondering what we were going to do on the show, and James and I wondering why anyone would want to buy the cramped and expensive Cadillac with its bad clock and soggy suspension. So in other words, to buy this car, what you've got to do is say, no, I don't want the Lexus, I don't want the Mercedes, I don't want the BMW, I don't want the Audi, I more want a Cadillac. Why would you turn down all those cars to have that?
The meeting rambled on for ages, during which time nothing got sorted.
The idea of reading the news butt naked.
Almost.
And then, with just over an hour to go...
I still don't understand any of this.
So, at 2:15 and 2:45, there are the headlines that James can read.
As I acquainted myself with the studio, James set about mastering some of the station's other technical equipment.
Right.
Is that it? Is that your intro? Can I just say good afternoon? This is still BBC Southern Counties Radio. And
We weren't what you'd call slick.
Can I do the weather?
Yeah.
I've lost it. So you think of this one, that is great.
I've been driving in my car, listening to Jeremy Clarkson.
How much did you spend making those?
£5 a pop.
On the M25,
So, he's not just
somebody's
reporting
driving
on the
smart car
traffic,
down the outside lane. I have to
he's
say that's
bossing it a
very
bit.
brave. Now, who's this for coming down in the Volkswagen van? You're leaving a 200-yard gap there. Now, close up. Hammond mistimed a trip to the loo, and while he was in there, a song finished. Hello? Is there somebody there? Is anybody there? Hello? Come on! Oh. And then we upset the station's sports reporter.
204 for 9, the latest score. Carl Hopkinson 45. Rana is 26 not out. 3 wickets apiece for Dominic Thornley and Sean Irvine. As for Surrey, they're going much...
That happens.
53 for 3, is that good?
It's all completely hopeless. Everywhere I can see people in Astras, M25, Godstone's jammed up at Junction 6, Barrow Green. Don't use it. Don't use it. Stay at work, be productive, and buy a helicopter. Oh, look at that.
Non trovo mio figlio.
I can't find my son.
Even though he's at maximum attack, he's still got time to learn Italian. Now, look at that, through Chicago. So, where do you think you've come? Do you think you've beaten Ellen MacArthur? 146? Do you think maybe you went faster than Nigel Mansell on the Top Gear F1 board there? 144.6. OK, well, let's cut to the chase. You did it in 1 minute, and most of our guests lean forward a little at this point because they're anticipating it. 1 minute. 40. Now, Nigel Mansell was 44.6. You were 44. Oh, he's not bothered. Notice you're not interested how fast he did it. Well, never mind, I am. He did it in 1 minute 44.4. The fastest time ever for a Sting who couldn't care less.
You utter pirate.
Paintbrush for cleaning dust out of the switches.
You're scaring me, mate.
And I always like to have the air vents lined up, really, so they're completely
talking
symmetrical. And if anybody moves them...
No, stop it.
I get really angry.
Does genuinely scare me.
The iPod thing, you know iPods are white?
Yeah, cool.
And because of that, I've now bought a pair of white sunglasses.
They're not cool, actually, no.
Oh, they're brilliant! No, they are brilliant! Jaguar XK. Well, I'm sorry, where are we? Who said Sub-Zero? Sub-Zero, you think?
Definitely.
Where do you work at Jaguar? What do you do? Do you like this? Do you work for Jaguar?
Yes.
I'm going to have to explain all this to my 9-year-old boy, who's 10, I've just remembered. Maybe I won't have to explain it to him after. Did you see Cameron Diaz last week when she said, my Toyota Prius does 52 miles to the gallon in the city? No, it doesn't. It just doesn't.
No, absolutely not. In fact, when they said, Cameron, it does 52 miles to the gallon, they were acting.
Yeah. In fact, if she can do 52 miles to the gallon in that car, I'll let her sleep with me.
That's fair. And that's not the sound of Cameron Diaz reaching for a car key.
Fashion has push buttons in this car. You just tell it what you want it to do. For example, station, radio 2. And it goes to radio 2. Or, station, absolute rubbish. Look, radio 1, it knows. How brilliant's that? Enter destination.
Would you like to spell the name of the town?
W-A-R-S-A-W.
Starting route guidance.
And there you are. Poland. This means, of course, that you get all the digital channels. QVC, Quiz Call, Price Drop TV, Fashion. That means, of course, you're never more than 2 clicks away from something with Richard Hammond in it.
I mean, I used to try...
Was before you got hold of it.
Well, that one particular one.
Tell the ladies and gentlemen what you did to it.
Well, after we'd had the race, I was sort of going back up the hill, and then a member of the production team was sort of coming down the hill, and we had a bit of a slight bump.
Bit of a bump,
sort of
is
thing,
how
yes.
you describe it.
Yes.
And we've got some photographs. Anyone want to see the
No,
bit of a
not
bump?
really. Not really,
Okay, they're up
not
here on
really.
the screens, and that's... Oh. And who'd like to see the car he hit?
That's not bad.
Let's have a look. There's the car he hit.
Now, most of that polish out, it was just a slight shunt.
You set the airbags off in the Porsche, look.
Actually...
Next, the door panels. And of course, Marie wanted something from the planet Zog.
This is fantastic. It comes in different colors. J.May, please, a little bit of style.
But she lost that battle as well.
This is going to be hideous, you realize that?
Oh, I'm sorry, what's the matter with plaster?
Oh, yes, but what you want to do with it is going to be hideous.
When you hear this, just hear Agincourt. That's all you need to hear. Yep. Welcome to Anne Hathaway's cottage. As you can see, I've got a wooden floor in the front, and in the back I've gone for stone flags. While we're there, we've got the log store, the wood-burning stove. There's a little bookcase with a globe on the top. Here's my wingback. I found one that fitted. And of course, all the furniture is fully adjustable like that. This one, you see, goes forwards and back. And this is a really nice touch. I think.
I can imagine his parents having quite a lot of trouble with him as a child, and again today, because he hasn't grown much, has he?
Right then. Adjust my seat. Right, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Go.
Yeah,
That's a design flaw.
Yeah, that is a problem. Hang on.
Stop.
Why don't you go in the back?
I'm going to go in the back. Three.
Yes.
2.
Yes.
1.
Yes.
Go. Plant pots are over.
Yeah.
Flower arrangement sliding backwards quickly. Me globe, me pots, me plants.
We're approaching 35 miles an hour.
This is the fastest Anne Hathaway's cottage has ever been.
43 miles an hour.
Good. Yes.
If this gets any slower, we'll have to redecorate. It'll have gone out of fashion.
No! What? The chimney's fallen off.
You're joking!
Keep going.
I am! 56 miles an hour. Hold on! 59! 60 miles an hour!
35.4 seconds.
This is the safest car ever made.
I've got a scar!
I've got bruised ribs and a very badly barked shin.
Yes.
Listen. You see these endless crash test footage, okay, of cars being thumped into concrete blocks and the concrete block is never damaged. This is a concrete block.
I would absolutely happily drive this into the concrete block. Turning left at some traffic lights, however, is extremely dangerous.
And another thing, why did you polish the wooden floor? I was like a rocket.
The brilliance of this car is you're never really going fast enough to properly hurt yourself.
You're never really going fast enough to get where you're going in.
It is taste, okay? If you made a car to look like the inside of your house, it would have a horse in it.
Whatever.
And your house is just full of pictures of the Queen. This is what they came up with as a base. It's a Subaru R1 city car, and what they've done is turn it into this. An 03, an 05, an 04, or a 54 plate. We want to hear from you, okay? But James has recently signed up to host a programme on Sky 32, okay, called When Sharks Attack, okay?
Yeah.
Now, this is worth watching because I've managed to procure a still from the production of James, and here it is. This is a show you cannot miss.
Is that legal in this country?
I'll be honest. It's the Barbie doll thing. Here you go, the Ken and Barbie crotch. There's nothing happening.
No,
I don't know why you're laughing. Publicity shot, here it is. How small was that horse? It would have been Mr. Hamleys if you got a My Little Pony. I looked at it and I thought, that's what horses look like when I get on them.
Then I discovered Jeremy's secret weapon. Literally.
Ah, yes, I brought that. Yeah, well, you might...
That's an AK-47.
I know, I thought I might need it.
Why?
A weekend in a box with J.May, and I thought, what am I going to need? And I'd go over these... over these logs. Yeah, I'd do that. And then down here, past the moons of Jupiter. Can you see those? I'd go that far, right to the edge of the solar system. This is how far I would go to not drive a Vectra. Everything anyone ever does in any walk of life is done better by Europeans, and it's the same with cars.
Granted, apart from with American muscle cars, which only the Americans
Why would you
understand.
want an American muscle? It's rubbish!
They're exciting.
It's rubbish! It's like a tractor!
Right. I am going to buy that Dodge Challenger when it comes out.
I'm going to buy the Jag.
And then we'll have
God, we won't have any money then. That's the drawback
Quite
to
what
my
that
plan.
would prove, actually. But
What it'll prove is when I turn up in my Copen that I've bought...
You'll
is
look
that I've
like an
got it
idiot.
right.
Jeremy, didn't you recently call bus drivers Nazis?
No.
No, you did. You did.
I didn't.
You did.
I didn't. I said that they were little Hitlers and murderers.
Either way, fact is, they're quite cross, and more specifically, their union leader is furious with you personally, and he's gone on record as saying that you should spend a week working as a bus driver under their working conditions for their pay.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. What's he done there? What he's saying is that bus drivers' working conditions and pay are dreadful.
And he's their union leader.
Well, who's responsible for that? Him!
Yeah.
Basically, he ran to one end of the pitch, kicked it to the back of the net and went, yeah, I recognise that goalie, it's mine. I've got his goalie.
We had, well, I said something about a Muslim, okay? 2 complaints. You remember Jesus came last week? I talked to him. 3 complaints. We were slightly rude about caravans.
Yeah, we sort of set one on fire a bit.
150 complaints.
Seriously.
150, and lots of people are now demanding an apology.
They are. So, we really are sorry, and we promise that we will, all 3 of us, never ever go caravanning again.
No. I'm sorry we didn't burn more caravans.
You're right, so am I. Yeah, that's true.
3, 2, 1, go. I should probably explain that these are not just any young men. They are masters of something called parkour. It's a French invention and involves that sort of thing. Yes, right, we're off. There they are. Look at that, they look as if they've nicked something. But I didn't catch them for long. Oh, please! Meanwhile, the air freshener device was getting up my nose. That's great, you can buy a brand new car and they immediately make it smell like a 25-year-old minicab. And they're not here. They are not here. No sign of combat trousers, man. That is a victory for beer guts over washboard stomachs, fashionable clothes from army surplus shops, stupid expensive traders. Here I am in my tatty jeans and my old biffabout shoes with the broken laces, and I've won!
Oh, for Pete's sake!
Spacer bush, 3/8 internal diameter, 1/2 inch outside diameter, 35 millimeters. From the rear mount using bolts 3 inserted from the front of the mounting.
James, does it need a washer, yes or no?
We're going to go if you stand at the other end,
Get the gearbox.
That's what it's fine.
Get the gearbox. What?
Engine?
Engine, car.
This way a bit.
You like to join?
You've got to get this round.
Yeah, exactly, but you can only see...
The only blessing was his small fuel tank.
I think he stopped for fuel.
Has the Stig ever stopped for fuel before?
How will he pay for it?
You got a nectar card?
Bored, boring, dull, tedious, annoying, backache, armache, cramp, miserable, hate, James.
How far from Scotland is Carlisle?
It's very large, obviously, and the other is that I sort of like the styling. I think it's quite chic.
How can it be chic? It's a van.
Yeah, but it is a very, very good-looking van.
It's as good looking as a plumber's bum crack, James.
Whatever. I know nothing about vans either, so I chose a Ford Transit. For 41 years, it's been the king of vans, and now there's this new one, which is better in lots of important and I'm sure very interesting ways.
We're going to be roadies for one of the biggest bands in the world, The Who. Well, when I say we, it's Richard and me, because James has found something better to do than hang around backstage with the greatest rock and roll band in the world.
Yep, he actually phoned in to say he was unwell. But if you look closely at this poster, the date there, you'll see that what he's actually doing is he's in Reigate hosting the Surrey Motor Show. Still, he'll doubtless turn up later on, after all the hard work is done.
I don't actually think your band's as quick as mine, Jeremy.
How's he going to make that?
James, your van does 87 miles an hour, mine does 120.
I think mid-range and mine's pretty potent.
Okay, 3, 2,
This can only end well.
1, go. As I was saying, James, I don't think you've quite grasped how fast this van is. 8.
Yay!
We were feeling crazy. Well, when I say we...
Cruise control! Hey!
James, however, was more bothered about my sign writing.
What have you done with that sign?
Top Gear Furriers?
Couriers?
Oh, Couriers. It's top... I may have...
No, wait.
God, that's a superb thing! It's brilliant.
It's not
and
bad.
How much was it?
950 quid.
I wasn't expecting much oomph, unlike our cameraman, who's used to filming much faster stuff than this.
I'm no match for Hamster. Look at his postage stamp go!
Probably the best part of 50 brake horsepower. I'm just leaving them for dead. What's he doing?
With most of my torso out of the window, I had a much clearer view.
No, he's hit us. He's hit us quite... No, that's...
He must have bent the bumper slightly because it went to -6 millimetres. I really can't terrorise them at this range.
Captain Slow, living up to his name there.
James, can I borrow your van? I think that did the trick. That's off.
I was the first to finish without using sellotape.
3, 2, 1, go!
There's a lot of
34
transits around.
seconds.
This is quite important. How easy it is to get in.
10 seconds.
He just
That
walked. First corner. Now it's mid-engine. I reckon I'm going to give it a bit of the old Scandinavian flick.
He's rolled it. He's rolled it over, look. He's out.
That means I'm second.
He's lost. So, he could be dead.
Well, there's a police car at the scene of the accident, so...
Well, if he is dead and you fancy a job on Top Gear, why not write to us at I'm better than R.Hammond was. 1.
Your van rolled over!
I could have been killed.
So? You'd have still lost.
Exactly. Exactly.